Okay, I tried to make this video a moment ago about all my vast stereo equipment, and I got like 5 minutes in, and then I accidentally bumped the stop button. And I thought, I could edit that together if I had the software. No, I'm just going to start over because I probably wasted a lot of time getting to the point. This is probably going to be a two-part video. It's going to be about my stereo equipment and the camera around down here, my record collection, which I have been a record fanatic for, you know, let's see, about 25 years, and really kind of gave up the habit like, 6, 7 years ago. So I haven't bought any in a long time. But all these I've acquired. A couple of boxes I got when Michelle's mom passed, so I just keep building them up. But I spend a lot of money on, or used to, on buying you know, good records. And so I've got some that are old school and then some that are high quality down here. Things like this, The Long Strange Trip. My wife bought me this. It's actually an Amazon movie soundtrack with like 7 records in it, and it's worth like $500 to $700. I couldn't believe it. And underneath it is Ween. So you get the point. I've got a lot of good stuff, and this over here alone is my entire collection of prof records, and puzzles and stickers and everything else. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do this in two parts probably. The first part's going to be the stereos, and I'm going to go through them, and I'm going to briefly talk about each one. And the reason I'm doing this is because I have them all in one place at one time for the first time ever, and probably the last time ever, as I'm going to sell off and get rid of a ton of stuff that I've collected for the sake of saying, but no, honey, I brought it home because it's an investment. So let me say, hey, can I make this investment pay off? So much crap. Oh my God, record players and tape decks and even a fucking old school TV. Yeah, this is a portable TV with a tape player on it. So here we go. And we're going to try to do this in one part. And if we can't, I'll have to do a second video. Starting from the top, we've got a Pioneer receiver / amplifier. It's a SX V300, and while it looks like crap, it's a good solid state, amp from the 80s. And even these old 80s blackface ones put out really good sound. Down below it, we have a Marantz. This is a 4415 quad rail receiver, and it's in pretty decent shape. And I love the sound on this thing. I've replaced a lot of the lamps on these. It still has a little bit scratching on the pots. The pots are the potentiometers, so it could be balance, fade, volume, whatever. So when you turn it, it might be like scratchy. And that's the thing a lot of these old receivers have. So I got that from my father-in-law, and I believe the one up top as well when he passed. This one right here I bought from Goodwill. Back then, you used to be able to get them for like 10 to 20 bucks. You could go into Goodwill and buy an old Silverface 60s receiver, 70s receiver for, under 20 bucks all day long. This is a Sansui 771. Restored, this thing could be worth up to $1,000. The only thing it had going against it was this little inscription, so I just kind of never put it up for sale. But I thought that is the dumbest reason. I mean, I could easily fix that. So my intention is to restore it, and as a carpenter, I want to start building boxes for them as well to replace some of the, damaged wood boxes, or at least refurbish the ones I have. So moving on, I've got a Yamaha natural sound receiver over here. This is or amplifier, sorry, not a receiver. Receiver receives signal. This one's just an amplifier. And even though a lot of the older amps were receivers as well, some of them were just amps. This is only like maybe 60 watts per channel or something. Maybe it's 30, but it puts out great sound. It's a phenomenal amp, and they're still a few $100. Below it, we have a Pioneer SX 737. This is one of their flagship type models, the SX line. The SX line is beautiful, has a beautiful backlighting and meters and everything. One day I'll have to do a video with these all lit up. And not only the SX 737, but if I move down here, I also have the SX, I I can't even read it from here. SX750. Okay. And that one's beautiful as well. And those are both great amps that sound phenomenal. Moving over to this beast. Oh shit. Okay, so my wife's my wife's uncle, they were cleaning out their place and throwing a bunch of stuff away. And when we got there to talk to them about something, he's like, "Yeah, you like stereos, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, there's one out there in the junk pile if you want to go rescue it." So it had been sitting out in the rain for a little bit. Now, this right here had been just sitting in a junk pile in the fucking rain. Pardon my language, that will definitely not make this, a family-friendly video, but let's just say if you're a kid out there watching this, that's a time to use fuck, when somebody throws something like this into a junk pile. So I recovered it, and as you can see, it's got wear and tear. The case needs all kinds of fixing. But this is a Sansui QRX 5500A. It is an amazing fucking amp. If this thing was fully restored, it could be $1,500. It's a very rare model. Sansui always made good shit. So that's it for those receivers on that side. I also have this mixer over here. It's a Yamaha mixing console. I can't remember the model number, but I have two of them. I have one there and then one down here, like an MG something. And, those are for, guitar, things like that. And then a little drum machine over here. This down here is a amazing record player that I'm not going to bring out because it's actually a very expensive record player, probably worth several $100, maybe $600-700 if it's in mint shape. It's a dual CS701 made in Germany. Now this was given to me by like a good friend of mine who said, "Hey, you like stereos, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, well, my dad's giving away his old record player. He was going to give it to you, but not just the record player. He also gave me this. This is a Nakamichi 410 preamplifier. So you can hook all your stuff up to the preamp, right? And that allows you to do all the pre-adjustments. And then that gets fed through an amplifier. And this is just strictly a Hafler 220 amp. These were kits. Back in the 70s and 80s, kits were really popular. And so this is a classic Hafler 220 amplifier. He gave me the amplifier, the preamp, and the record player for free. And so the record player needs some work and servicing. I know that, but the rest of it works great. And while I'm over here, I also have this Optimus, which is, I believe, Radio Shack brand, if I'm not mistaken. But this is basically from what I recall, I believe that Optimus was Pioneer, but just under a different name. You know how they license shit out. It's a very complicated amp, and I still love physical buttons, okay? I'm never going to use half of them, but I just love physical buttons. And then down here I've got an Onkyo Integra tape deck. And so that's it for that stash, except for my favorite record player here in the top. This is my stack that I use in the garage. This is a Yamaha P750 quartz full automatic turntable, and it has a very simple straight tone arm. Nothing fantastic about it, but it sounds crisp and clear. So if you take this Yamaha record player and you put it with that natural sound amplifier, you've got some great sound. But really, I'll be honest, it sounds better with the Pioneer. The Yamaha is a little flat, and the Pioneer tends to warm up the tones a little bit. Now, you may have seen these while I was scanning around. Oof. These are Mackie 808M mixers, and they pump out 1,200 watts of power. They are for PAs for stadiums, not stadiums, but like concerts and events, venues. And I think they're retailed for $1,100, $1,200 back in the day, but you can get them for $400 now or less. I got both of these from a DJ dude, and It looks like a couple of knobs must have broke off when it was out there in storage, but that's okay. I was just going to give these away because those are just 2 out of 3, and I have a third one. Yes, I have 3 Mackie mixers. Absolutely no reason for it. I'm embarrassed. Moving over here, we have a Technics tape deck. This is a 641 cassette deck. It's pretty beat up. And below it, another Yamaha Natural Sound. But this one's a later model, HTR 5460, I think it says. And then over here, I've got some more guitar equipment and my bass pedal. And this is a Definitive Technology subwoofer and then an Infinity subwoofer. And I also have like a Definitive Technology speaker over here, which is like a center console speaker with an 8-inch woofer built in. And then a Definitive Technology subwoofer down here that I have no idea how to use because it needs it has a wireless signal. There's no way to plug anything into it. So it's this badass subwoofer that I can't use because I don't have the wireless signal. If anybody knows how to fix that shit, let me know.